Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So, the internet's a big place. Uh, there's lots of accounts on here you probably interact with a lot. And most of the time with these accounts, there's a person behind the screen. And that's what this video is about today. Kind of recognizing the people behind the screen. Cyberbullying is a word that when I first heard it, I thought it was kind of silly. Um, I don't think you need to have a signifier or descriptor on how you're bullying somebody. I've always been taught and raised with just don't be a dick to people, and that works for me. Um, the thing with cyberbullying, when people talk about it, there's a lot of different flavors of cyberbullying, and it seems weird to say that you can like tier list them to say what insults are worse, but there are different types of different types of cyberbullying that people experience that honestly I think most people who've been online for a while know what I'm talking about. The first type of cyberbullying that I think is, I would say it's more common, or at least it's more noticeable, would be hate rating. Um, Hate rating would, of course, just be, flooding a comment section of some creator or anything, someone's Twitter account, doesn't matter where, with baseless insults, usually about someone's appearance or, their content. And when I say their content, I don't mean what they're actually saying or the meaning behind what they're saying, just that they are commenting on something. Twitch has a big problem with that. I'm sure that, you can find any article about it. There's lots about the hate raids that go on in there. I think a really common example for people around my age group, like, and people who play games a lot, that Anita Sarkeesian woman, when she did her reviews on games and, the sexism within the gaming industry, the types of insults that she received, most of it wasn't about the content of her message. It was about, get out of our spaces, you're a woman, or insulting her appearance or insulting the appearance of the people she associated with. It sounds really weird to say that hate raids aren't that big of a deal, but from my experience with it, those kind of comments, they're easy to notice, and you can kind of already tell when you see them that this is just a dick. This is just someone who's being mean for the sake of being mean, whether they were sent by a creator or whether they just have a stick up there, you know. Most of the time with those, you can notice the pattern, you just ignore it, delete them, doesn't matter. The other kind of cyberbullying that I think gets pushed to the wayside because normally it isn't as racist, seems like a weird word, but not nearly as insulting. Um, it's people straw manning what you've said or taking the content that you're putting out and completely taking it in a different direction than what you meant. I see this meme float around a lot of someone who said you can't really say anything on the internet anymore. You can make a post that says you like pancakes and you will have someone in your responses saying, "Oh, so you hate waffles." If you're going to criticize somebody, and I'm not saying don't do that, criticism is completely valid when you're criticizing something that's valid. If you haven't figured out who I'm talking about yet, yeah, this is about Lindsay Ellis and her leaving the platform. Um, and I've read through a lot of those threads and the comments that started it all and the people who are trying to push back on her. And it makes no sense to be really honest with you, if you actually listen to that review that she did of that Last Dragon movie, most critics have the same sort of takeaway from it, that yeah, you guys are just kind of cloning the same sort of setup that people have been using for young adult style animations for decades. You know, what she said, comparing it to Avatar: The Last Airbender. Was she wrong? Really? Was she wrong? The coolest thing that Raya had was that motorcycle pill bug, and that, I mean, it's a tiger dillo. Come on. You can criticize someone's content without insulting that person or without strawmanning what they said so you can make a point. If you can't manage that, don't bother commenting on anybody's content again. You got to be better. You got to be better at that. And again, you can dislike someone's content. You can dislike how they're reading into something, but address it that way. Don't just insult the person or take their argument and completely twist it because, I don't know, you want internet points or something. I don't get it, but try to remember the human behind the screen. Let's not be dicks to each other, and try and have a good day.